Right friends, it is 11 am. Welcome back to revision class. This is 24th session. I would like to thank all of you for the patience you have put on me, faith you put on me for continuing this journey. This is 24th session. We will complete all 30 by 16th of June, and some students are asking about all the questions and answers compilation, and for the 25 quizzes we are trying to put a separate file, PDF file, by compiling all the questions along with the answers. Most probably it will be uploaded on this Saturday, and so that you will have scope for revising it. And today's class we are going to deliberate on S&T issues, National Initiative for Development and Harnessing Innovations, or NIDHI. NIDHI has got, you can say it is umbrella program. It has got 8 components. All the 8 components will support a budding startup from idea to the market. So, it is for nurturing ideas and innovations into successful startups. Department of Science and Technology committed 500 crores for implementing this program in the next few years. And first component of NIDHI is this Prayas. The full form of Prayas, please see, and this is the first component of NIDHI, and the purpose of this Prayas is to support innovations, to build prototype of their ideas. Here two things are very important. Under Prayas, grant will be given up to rupees 10 lakhs, and second point is access will be there to fabrication laboratory or fab lab. So, the final component is the seed support system, which provides up to rupees 1 crore per startup and is implemented through technology business incubators. So, this technology related business incubators, through this technology business incubators, this startup ecosystem will be developed. You may have a doubt what is meant by business incubator. Please differentiate between startup and incubator. Incubator is the center where idea is converted into profitable business venture through fostering various skills like entrepreneurship, mentoring, management exercise, etc. Right. Please do not forget about NIDHI as well as Shreyas. NIDHI as well as Prayas, NIDHI as well as Prayas. Let us go ahead. Next one is the world's largest telescope FAST, and it searches, this is established by China. It is world's largest radio telescope. It started its operations. Previous record was held by Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico, and now China established 500 meters in diameter radio telescope, and this is aperture spherical telescope, or known as FAST, and it would search for gravitational waves, and at the same time it will detect radio emissions from stars as well as galaxies. So, it requires some radio silence within 5 kilometer radius. So, 8,000 people were evacuated, that is different story. So, please do not forget, world's largest telescope FAST was established by China. Then GAIA spacecraft, and what is the purpose of this European Space Agency's spacecraft? The purpose of this European Space Agency's spacecraft is to look at the precise 3-dimensional mapping of various stars in our galaxy. Please do not forget, our galaxy is Milky Way galaxy. So, in Milky Way galaxy, 3-dimensional picturization of the stars. That is the purpose of this GAIA spacecraft. It is designed for astrometry, and exactly the positions and distances of stars with unprecedented precision is going to be measured. In fact, it is in operation. And another important aspect is it will monitor each of its target stars about 70 times over a 5-year period. Right, Milky Galaxy, precision of the stars, or you can say astrometry, this is intended. This is GAIA spacecraft. This is the Space Observatory of European Space Agency. Please do not forget. Nihar, last week we discussed about the underwater swimmer, or you can say the name, if I am correctly pronouncing, Maya. And now Nihar. Nihar is the product of CSIR's National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, or NIDHI. This Nihar is NIDHI product, and here this is to develop domestic multi-fuel stove. So, to increase the efficiency, this was designed, and it is an improved cook stove and comprehensive technology innovation. So, the innovation is increasing the efficiency. And another important aspect is it is a multi-fuel stove with hybrid operation modes. Please go ahead. 3 important aspects. One is high overall thermal efficiency, first aspect. Second is reduced fuel consumption, then reduced emissions, and it is adjustable for multi-fuel applications. It works not only on wood, agricultural residues, charcoal, biomass pellets, and it, because of its increased efficiency, it reduces cooking time, and best suited for rural households, slum dwellers, and this is approved by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, MNRE, and at the same time it is certified by BIS also. Please look into this picture. This is developed by NIDHI, and it can function with wood chips, wood logs, charcoal, cow dung. Please do not forget. Next one is first of its kind leprosy vaccine was launched. This was launched in the month of May. This was launched in several districts of Gujarat and Bihar, and last week we discussed this prevalence rate of less than 1 per 10,000 population, that is the benchmark, and some of the areas in Chhattisgarh and Dadra and Nagar Haveli, these two, one is state, one is union territory, and here the prevalence rate is more than 1, and now the government's focus is in several states. There are identified districts where the prevalence rate is more than 1 per 10,000 population. So, to look at that aspect, this is being introduced in identified districts. Now, it is started in Gujarat and Bihar, and first of its kind leprosy vaccine is developed by National Institute of Immunology. Please do not forget. Then Ashalim project, this was established in Negev desert of Israel, and it is expected to be completed by 2018. Its tower is around 820 feet or 250 meters. How it is different from conventional solar power plant? Please look into this. The conventional solar power plant, left side, that converts directly solar energy into electricity, and this is known as solar thermal. This power plant where these heliostats are introduced is a solar thermal. So, please let us go ahead. It will have a solar tower that will be world's tallest at around 820 feet or 250 meters, and it is different from common photovoltaic solar panels which directly convert, as I have already told you, common, everywhere we are seeing in our country also, common photovoltaic solar panels, they are directly converting sunlight into energy, or you can say electricity. But this tower is something which is known as solar thermal. What is the procedure? Procedure is these thousands of mirrors. These thousands of mirrors, they focus sun's rays which are falling onto those mirrors. They will focus those rays onto the tower. That is focused onto the tower. Then what happens? In that tower, that boiler is heated. Heating, that means that all the rays are focused onto the tower, and it heats the boiler that creates a steam to spin a turbine and generate electricity. So, the methodology adopted here is solar thermal methodology, and the tower height is to be higher when land required is less. when land required is less, then tower height will go on increasing. But all of you are familiar, Israel, the land area is not much available. So, here they squeezed the land area and they provided this 50,000 heliostats and increased the tower height. So, if the area is reduced, then tower height will increase. That is one fundamental point. So, heliostats, these are 50,000 mirrors which are known as heliostats, and this tower is so tall because the panels are squeezed. Then this is another solar thermal power plant at Ashalim is also being installed, which is able to store the energy even when the sun goes down, right. So, please keep in mind this Ashalim project, heliostats, and what is the mechanism, this how is it different from normal conventional solar power plant, these things very important. World's first solar highway in France. Recently, France unveiled world's first solar panel road. It is known as Wattway, and it is covered with 2,800 square meters of electricity generating panels, right. So, this is about solar highway which was unveiled in France. Then solar panels resembling roof tiles, this was unveiled by Elon Musk. All of you are familiar with Elon Musk. When Elon Musk name is there, please do not forget SpaceX, at the same time Tesla Motors, which is into the electricity vehicles. Now, this Elon Musk launched roofing tiles which can produce solar power, and they are made of glass, and the tiles collect 98% of the energy that traditional solar panels provide. Then high quality graphene from soya bean. Graphene we have already discussed. Let us look at the properties of graphene. Graphene is almost 200 times stronger than steel. It is the thinnest material on earth. And what is the difference between graphite and graphene? Examination perspective, graphene is very important. Graphene is most important, 1 atom thick. It is 1 million times thinner than human hair. Another point is graphite is a 3-dimensional crystalline arrangement, whereas graphene is a 2-dimensional crystal, only an atom thick. And this graphene has excellent electronic, mechanical and chemical properties, and it has got potential applications in water filtration, purification, renewable energy sensors, personalized healthcare medicines, etc. Right. So, this is all about graphene. A question is expected on graphene, please be careful. And now, let us look at this news item, high quality graphene from soya bean, right. Here thin composition and very high conductivity means that it can be used in applications. I am talking about the properties of graphene. Graphene has got thin composition and very high conductivity, what we have discussed just now. And what is the normal process of producing graphene, and what is the new method devised? The normal process is graphene was grown in highly controlled environment with explosive compressed gases, and it requires long hours of operation at very high temperatures, extensive vacuum processing. That is the normal process. What is the new process? Here the new process is scientists in Australia have developed this graph air technology. This graph air technology eliminates the need for the highly controlled environment, what we have seen just now in the normal process. Here the technology grows a graphene from graphene film in ambient air and is fast, simple and potentially scalable. So, here this graph air, this technology transforms soybean oil. Soybean oil is transformed into graphene films. Graph air technology, please understand, graph air technology transforms soybean films, soybean oil you can say, into graphene films in a single step. So, this graph air technology results in good and transformable graphene properties compared to graphene made by conventional methods. So, please understand in a nutshell, the conventional method involves long hours of operation at very high temperatures, extensive vacuum processing, and the graph air technology transforms soybean oil, a renewable natural material, into graphene films in a single step. So, this is the difference, right. The procedure is, with heat, this soybean oil breaks down into range of carbon building units that are essential for the synthesis of graphene, right friends. This is about graphene and rubber. Please look into this picture. Rubber in fact integrates the properties of rubber as well as a steel wire. We have already seen rubber is having elastic property or elasticity, then steel wire, this is for thermal conductivity. Now, the material which was devised, that is a rubber, is a integration of these two properties. When these two properties of elasticity and conductivity are integrated, that is a rubber. Scientists from University of Carnegie Mellon University in United States of America have developed a novel rubber material with high thermal conductivity and elasticity. In fact, this is a big breakthrough for creating soft stretchable machines and electronics. So, it combines the characteristics of thermal conductivity and elasticity. So, the combination of metal as well as soft biological tissue which can stretch 6 times in comparison to its original length, right. Then why the combination of these two is very important? The combination of these two properties is very important for rapid heat dissipation in applications such as wearable computing and soft robotics, which require mechanical properties as well as stretchable functionality. Then another important aspect is, we can create stretchable mounts for LED lights or computer processors that enable high performance without overheating. That is one important aspect. Right, let us move on. Cybathlon. This Cybathlon is the international competition organized by ETH Zurich for disabled competitors. You may have a doubt, what is the difference between Paralympics and Cybathlon? This Paralympics, all of you are familiar, these are held after the Olympic Games, and this Paralympics, they permit competitors, physically disabled people, physically challenged people you can say, or Divyangs you can say, these are allowed to use unpowered assistive technology. They can take assistive gadgets, but they are unpowered in Paralympics. But in Cybathlon, it encourages the use of performance enhancing technology such as powered exoskeletons, etc. So, this was held for the first time, this was the first international competition of this kind, and please do not forget, this was held in Zurich, Switzerland. Then brackish water to drinking water, and this is the experiment. IIT Madras scientists have devised this methodology, and this is cheaper than reverse osmosis process. Brackish water, what is brackish water? Brackish water is saltier than fresh water, but less saltier than saline water. This is very important. Brackish water is saltier than fresh water, but less saline than the salt water, or you can say sea water, and this is normally available in estuaries. And they devised a methodology. They used a stack of tissue paper and carbonized it at high temperature to make graphene. What they have done is graphite electrodes coated with graphene produced in the lab. So, with less cost, they devised the methodology to make or convert brackish water into drinking water. Then aquaponics, this is very important. So, this aquaponics is the combination of aquaculture, hydroponics. Aquaculture is, please look into this picture, this is hydroponics, raising the plants without soil, this is hydroponics. Then aquaculture, all of you are familiar with, the disadvantage of aquaculture is, one important thing please do not forget, in aquaculture water is to be replaced quite frequently because of the discharge from fish. What happens? The excreta from fish creates the water environment more ammonia laden. So, you can say because of more ammonia it is dangerous to fish. So, therefore, here the water is to be recycled quite often. This is one disadvantage of aquaculture. Then here nutrients are to be given artificially in this hydroponics. So, this aquaponics combines the disadvantages of both, the disadvantages of this circulation of water in aquaculture, at the same time artificially giving nutrients in hydroponics. These two are eliminated, or you can say it is symbiotic relationship, one is useful to the other. So, this aquaponics is generated with symbiotic relationship between aquaculture as well as hydroponics. Please look into this. This is aquaponics. Aquaponics, fish are grown, at the same time the vegetables or agriculture is also done. So, it is a symbiotic relationship. Here this plants filter the water and it will give discharge to the aqua farm, and subsequently the aqua farm, whatever water is there, that will be fed into this vegetable garden, you can say. And what is the advantage? There the nitrates or in fact ammonia is converted into nitrites and subsequently nitrates. These nitrates are absorbed by the plants. So, here three things are important. One is this plants, second one is the fish, third one is nitrifying bacteria. So, these three make in fact the system quite comfortable. So, aquaponics is the combination of aquaculture and hydroponics. Fish and plants together will be grown in one integrated system, and the third participant is microbes, or you can say nitrifying bacteria. So, here fish as well as plants as well as nitrifying bacteria, if these three are amalgamated, that will be mutually beneficial to growing of fish as well as growing of plants, and this is known as aquaponics. Here microbes convert ammonia from the fish waste into nitrates, and nitrates is the form of nitrogen that the plants can take and use to grow. So, solid fish waste is turned into vermicompost that also act as food for the plants. So, this aquaponics, the symbiotic relationship, please keep it in mind, this is very important, right. So, aquaponics we learnt about it. Now, advanced ultra supercritical or AUSC technology, government took a decision. This is R&D project for the development of advanced ultra supercritical technology for thermal power plants, and naturally it will result in reduced coal consumption as well as carbon dioxide emissions. This is rupees 1554 crore project, and BHEL will be the nodal authority for this. And more than that, please learn these things: carbon dioxide emissions, power generation from coal contributes to around 38% of CO2 pollution in the atmosphere. This is one important point. Second one is, in comparison to subcritical plant, this plant will reduce 20%, and in comparison to supercritical plant, this will reduce around 11%. So, this is about this advanced ultra supercritical technology. So, what are the challenges? The challenges are boilers are required at very high temperatures. So, they have to withstand very high temperatures as they are designed to operate at very high temperatures. Second point is, strength is also needed because high pressures will be involved. Then resistance to coal ash corrosion is another essential component, right. fast research reactor project. In fact, Russia invited India, this Rosatom, that is the public sector firm of Russia, and in fact they invited us to join in developing next generation nuclear reactors. And please recollect, we discussed about this heavy water reactors. Heavy water reactors, heavy water means D2O, combination of oxygen and deuterium, and heavy water absorbs lesser neutrons than normal water. So, when natural uranium is used, heavy water is used as the moderator, and if enriched uranium is used, then light water is used as the moderator. That we have learnt, that fundamental point please keep in mind. And what is the need for neutron moderator? Neutron moderator is a medium that reduces the speed of fast neutrons, thereby turning them into thermal neutrons capable of sustaining the reaction, right. So, this is all what we have learnt, and now India was invited by Russia for this fast research reactor project. So, fast neutron reactor, here two things are very important. It does not require a neutron moderator. So, either light water or heavy water, nothing is required. So, it does not need neutron moderator. And second important point is this problem of waste will also be eliminated. Now, the biggest problem is nuclear waste. So, here it is possible to solve the major ecological problem of reprocessing and deactivation of accumulated radioactive waste. So, this will lead to the solution of 5 key problems: safety, competitiveness, shortage of fuel, reprocessing and refabricating the used nuclear fuel and radioactive waste. So, these things please do not forget, and let us look at the last one, NGARI. This is China's Gravitational Wave Observatory. It is in Tibet region of China, and it is the world's highest altitude gravitational wave telescope. What is the purpose? The purpose of this project is to find more about Big Bang theory, which is the cornerstone about birth and configuration of cosmos, right. So, with this, let us conclude today's discussion. Please do join for Q&A within few minutes. Have a nice day. Thank you.